Relational database management system is very important topic of database management system. Please stay tuned till the end of this video and please subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. Thank you. Hello friends, in this session we are going to talk about relational database management system. So it's a one type of database management system in which we are going to discuss in detail. So our unit 1 is basics concepts of the DBMS, RDBMS. So relational database management system, we are going to learn the basic concepts of relational database management system in today's session of class. To understand this, first we need to understand what is a data. So what's the data? Data is a collection of raw facts and figures. Data is a collection of raw facts and figures. It can be anything. Okay. So data will not have any proper meaning. We have to take out the meaning from the data. Okay, data will be in a raw form always, right? So data may be collection of letters, numbers, graphics or sounds, etc. Data represents something, quantities, actions and objects in the real world. It can be of any form data, right? So data is a raw material in the production of information. So information is different, data is different. Okay, so data will be the raw materials. Data will be considered as a raw material for the production of information, right? So as you are seeing on the screen some images, one is a executable file, video file, word file, mp3 file and a text file. The collection of all these into a one particular place will be called as a data, right? So information, what is the information now? So the information will be considered as a process data. Information is considered as a process data, right? Data processing based on different parameters. Data processing will happen based on different parameters upon the interest of the organization. Okay, based upon my interest I'm going to process the data, so my information is different. Based upon your interest you are going to process the data, your information is different from the same data, right? So now raw facts and figures are organized in order to become an information. For example, I have all different types of data available with me. I'm going to arrange that particular data so that I can get some information from that data, right? So arranging the data in a proper order will be called as a data processing as well. So while arranging this particular data into some specific order, that will be called as a data processing. Okay, so information is a process data. So raw facts and figures are organized in order to become information. It has a proper meaning. Information will have a proper meaning and it is very useful in decision making process. Now we have the difference between the data and information. Raw facts and figures will be termed as a data, whereas information is a process facts. Data dead stored facts, whereas information is live presented facts, right? So as it is a dead stored facts, it is inactive, whereas information is live, it is active. Okay, data is a technology oriented business, whereas information is business oriented, right? So why we require the information, why we always not work with the data? To Because to ensure effective and efficient decision making of the organization, we require the information, right? But to get the information, data first we need. So data is a raw material in the production of information. So here we have the next step, that is data processing. How the data processing will take place. I have an example for you. For example, you want to prepare a curry. So to prepare a curry, you will be having a raw material, ingredients, all these of different types. So I can consider each ingredients as a one type of data. So to make a curry, we will be having different types of data available here, different ingredients. So to all this I have to put together into one container. So I got this container over here. So this is all together will be called as a data. Now upon this data, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the operation. So here I'm going to apply the operation. Operation is nothing but the var. I have applied the operation. So based upon the different queries, the operation will take place. Some queries requires 1 hour preparation, some queries require 30 minutes of preparation. So based upon that I will be applying the operations. So finally the together data, on the data, if I apply the operation, I will be getting the information. I will be getting information. So this information will be my final product, which I will be getting after the data processing. So this final product of this particular slide is a curry, right? So this is our data processing. So everyone remembers the curry, not the what are the different datas is involved inside this information, right? So information is different, data is different, right? Now the next, tables. What are these tables in database? Everywhere we will be talking about the tables in database. So what is a table? Let's understand. In database, data is stored in tables. Okay, data is stored in tables. A database table consists of records, rows, and fields column that holds the data. In general, what is a table? Table is the what is a table? Table consists of number of rows and number of columns. Okay, columns are vertical, rows are horizontal. So the number collection of rows and columns will be called as a table. The intersection of each row and a column will be called as cell, where we are going to enter the data, right? So each table in a database holds data about different but related subject. Okay, in a table I can have the same type of data, right? For example, I have to prepare a student table wherein I'm going to put the data related to student marks. So every student marks will be of related subject, okay, but different student data will be there, right? From, for example, rule number 1 to rule number 50. Right? In a table, data is stored in records. A record is composed of fields. Fields are nothing but column values and contains all data about that one particular item in a database. Right? A field is a part of a record and contains a single piece of data. Every field, every column name will be different from other column name, so that the data which is present in a specific field will be unique one. Right? So what's a table? Let's see here. Okay, I have a table over here. So as you can see, I have a student table, marks, and a last test total. So I have 5 records in my table. Okay, the table fields are roll number, name, marks 1, marks 2, and total. I have a data available in my table, starting with 1001 Ravi 86 78 164. So like this, I have a table over here. So let's see the labeling of this table. Okay, what is called as what? What is what? So I have roll number, name, marks 1, marks 2, total will be called as field name or column name, right? So we will be calling in the database field name always. So next we have this 1004 Raju 52 104 will be called as a row or the record, anything. Okay, 1001 row or any row will be called as a row or a record, right? What about these values? These values will be called as column values for each row, or the field values, I can say. 1005 Sonu 68 89 157 are the column values for each row, right? So here we have the database. What is a database? Okay, a database is an organized collection of data generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer. Okay, in the previous days, we used to maintain the data base in a notebook or a book or a register, okay, manually, wherein we will be writing all the details with the pen. Whereas here in computer, we are going to put the data electronically, right? So a database is an organized collection of data generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer, right? Most database contain multiple tables which may include several different fields. Okay, every database will have a tables. Most of the databases will have multiple tables. Each of them include several fields. In a one table I have a different number of fields, in another table different number of fields, like the different fields will be there in different tables. Okay, for example, a company database may include tables for production, employees, financial records, etc. Okay, if I have a company, that company will have a some product table, some employee table, some finance table. So three tables one organization is maintaining. So like this, if a company is maintaining three different tables, if I combine these tables, will be called as a database. Okay, so here I have most database contains multiple tables which may include several different fields. So this can apply on a third point, right? Each of these tables would have different fields that are relevant to the information stored in the table. Okay, every field will be different from another field among the different tables available in a database, and these fields will be different from each other and will have the relevant information stored in the table, right? So what are the different types of databases? We have relational database, distributed database, network database, object oriented database, cloud database, right? See the first one, relational database. Okay, invented by E.F. Codd at IBM 1970. Relational databases are made up of set of tables with data that fits into a predefined category. Okay, so in relational database management system we will be having tables. Okay, we will be working on tables. So relational databases are made up of set of tables with data, and the table will be having a data that fits into a predefined category. Already defined category will be there. Each table has at least one data category in a one column, and each row has an instance of that particular categories. Instance means value or the object which are defined in the column itself. It's nothing but a field name. The structured query language is the standard. Okay, so structured query language SQL is the standard user and application program interface for relational database. Okay, the relational databases are easy to extend, so we will be using structured query language as an application program to manage the relational database management system. So let's consider I have a different table. Every table will be having unique existence in its own. So we have this particular, as you can see on the blue on the screen, we'll be having this tables. So all these are tables, table 1, table 2, table 3, 4, 5, 6, all these tables. Okay, all these tables are connected to each other. Okay, these are called as lines, will be called as relations. So that's the reason it is a relational database management system. Clear? Let's move with the distributed database. So a distributed database is a database in which portion of the database are stored in multiple physical locations, and in which processing is dispersed or replicated among different points in a network. So it means that I will be having some sort of information of my particular database stored in some other locations as well, right? A distributed database can be of homogeneous or heterogeneous form. Okay, homogeneous distributed database having same hardware runs on the same operating system and a database application. Same hardware, same operating system and same database application. Whereas heterogeneous, hardware, operating system or the database may run on different. Okay, so if I'm having one particular database at my end, I'm using Microsoft Windows, and I'm maintaining the same data in your laptop. So in your laptop you have a Mac. So my operating system, my hardware is different. Your operating system, your hardware is different. Okay. So in this way, if I'm maintaining my data into your system, will be termed as a heterogeneous. if another person is having the same Microsoft Windows and I'm having Microsoft Windows, I'm maintaining the same data into some other system. So that will be called as homogeneous database. So we have this, for example, I have a three particular persons at a front office. Okay, they are working, right? They are working on a which department? Sales department. Okay, so this sales department people will be always connected with the production and a finance. Okay, let's consider a finance department will be having its own computer based system and production is having a same computer based systems. So they will be they may or may not be using the same sort of hardware or the software, right? So sales department always will be in touch with productions and the finance, because how many number of units they are selling, it should be updated in the finance. How many number of units they require to sell, what is the inventory status, they require the data from the production department. So in this way, sales department data will be stored in two different physical location, one in production, one in finance. So this is an example of distributed database management system. Next we have network database management system. So it's somewhat like a distributed only. A network database is a database on a network containing information accessed by multiple clients through a network at the same time. One database will be there, will be accessed by multiple users. Okay. So, a network database is a type of database model wherein multiple members, records, or files can be linked to multiple owners' files, vice versa. So, one file can be linked to number of people, everyone can come and edit, everyone can update it. Okay, a model can be viewed as a upside down, okay, tree where each member information is branch linked to owner, which is bottom of the tree, right? So network, as you can see on the screen, head office database. Okay, head office database will be managed by, okay, regional office database, regional office 1, 2, 3. So all these databases will be managed by head office. So this is an example of our network database. Next we have object oriented database. Okay, is a object oriented database is a collection of object oriented programming and a relational database. These There are various items objects which are created using object-oriented programming like C++, which can be stored in a relational database. What are objects? Okay, object is an instance of a class. So class object concept will be there in object-oriented programming. Okay, by using that programming language, if you are developing any database, that will be called as object-oriented database. Okay, object-oriented database is organized around objects rather than actions and data rather than. Okay, so as you can see, I have a quotes. Okay, topic, teacher, student, time. I have a table. So topic is mathematics, teacher Mr. Who, student John Paul, time is given. So this thing I have in a object orient. So first one, course table will be in a some relational database. Now I have to convert that particular relational into object oriented database approach. So course will be one entity. So with respect to that entity, I have a attributes as topic, person, time. Okay, with respect to that, I have the values. So this is called as our object oriented database approach, right? This is our relational database, this is our object oriented database approach. So next we have cloud database. a cloud database a cloud database is a database that typically runs on a cloud computing platform, and access to the database is provided as a service. Okay, nowadays every database or most of the databases is on a cloud. Okay, if I have a physical database, if I have a physical laptop, for example, I have a memory storage of 1 TB in my laptop, so I cannot store the data beyond that in my computer system. So in the same way, if I am taking a storage from the cloud, if I purchase a now 1 TB, if I want to extend, I can extend to 2 TB, 3 TB, 4 TB, whereas in my physical machine I cannot do. So nowadays every company, most of the companies are looking for the cloud databases. A cloud database is a database that can be optimized or built for a virtual cloud environment. So based upon my requirement, I can increase or decrease the size of my storage. So it will be called as a software as a service. Okay, they will be giving. So a cloud database provides benefits such as ability to pay for storage capacity as said, and bandwidth on a per user basis, and they provide scalability on demand, means based upon your requirement they will increase the size of your memory along with high availability, right? So now I have considered that I have a website. On that website my expectation is in a minute I am expecting 100 users or 10 users. So if I'm expecting 10 users I will go with the normal plan. If I'm expecting 100 or 1000 users I will extend my plan with an existing one. So that is our cloud data. So cloud database nowadays everyone is using. In coming videos, you will see more in detail about database management system. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. Thank you.